Hi everyone. Today I'm going to present on the topic organization development from the subject organization behavior for class SYBBI semester 3. Let us understand what is organization development. Organization development is an objective-based approach to system change within an organization. Organization development enables the organization to build and sustain a new desired state for the entire organization. We can also define organization development as an objective-based methodology. It is used to initiate a change of system in the organization. We can say it is a technique of plan change. It seeks to change beliefs and values. Here, the definition of OD is a system-wide application of behavioral science, knowledge to the plan development and reinforcement of organization strategies, structures and process for improving an organization effectiveness. That means that the organization will adapt organization strategies, structures and processes which is going to develop the organization productivity. It's going to bring efficiency in the organization. Now let us understand what is the characteristics of organization development. The first one, it's a plan change. Organization development is an educational strategy for bringing about plan change. Plan change concept make it different from other approaches for changes in organization, which is very good. The next is system orientation. Organization development is concerned with various groups in the organization and their interaction with each other. It is concerned with formal as well as informal or social relationship. It is concerned with group structures, process and attitudes. It also emphasizes on the relationships amongst the group. That is a very positive thing. Then the next is problem solving. How does it solve the problem? How do we solve the problem in organization? That is done by organization development. Why? Because organization development emphasis on problem solving rather than just a theoretical discussion of the problem. They focus on real ongoing problem rather than theoretical or artificial one. That is why it is called as an action research. The next is group process. Here in organization development, we focus on group tasks. That is why an effort has been made to improve interpersonal relationships. Open communication channels are encouraged. That will build trust and it also encourage responsiveness to others. For this, organization development relies on group processes like group discussion, intergroup conflicts, confrontation, and many other healthy kind of exercises. The next is collaborative management. In contrast to the traditional management structure where orders are just issued at upper levels and then simply implemented by the lower levels, organization development stresses collaboration amongst various levels, because of which organizations are viewed in a system perspective, and that is a very healthy manner to handle a, you can say, a organization, which is very important that we give that kind of flexibility to the person who is working in the organization. The next is collaborative management that we have already discussed. Now the next is experiential learning. In the traditional approaches, training was provided to the people by lectures and discussion method, in which people talk only about abstract ideas. But in organization development, particularly, they learn about experiencing in the training environment, that what kind of human problems basically a human face in a job, that has been understood. And this approach trend to produce more changed behavior than a traditional approach, because traditional approaches are quite boring. This kind of experimental learning are more interesting because it is much more on realistic basis. Theory is also necessary and desirable, but the ultimate test is how it applies in real practice. And experimental learning gives us a real, picture about what is happening in the organization, and we get to learn a lot from it. The next is change agent. The service of outside experts are obtained generally to implement the organizational development process, to improve the process. In organization development, it is do-it-yourself programs are discouraged because normally the organization is motivating group process. When the primary change agent is a consultant from outside the organization, he can operate independently without ties to the organizational hierarchy and politics of the organization. The personal director, he is the internal agent of the organization who coordinates the program with the management and the external agent. As the external agent also work with the management, there are three ways relation of the personal director, management and the outside consultant, because they are the people who develop this OD program. Internal agent is used very rarely, who usually is a specialist on the personal stuff. So here we can understand that how change agent is bringing a major change in the organization by his expertise, skills and knowledge, definitely to improve the productivity of the organization and to get better and better results in the organization. Significance of organization development. First of all, organization development help in bringing a continuous development in the organization. And the first is organization change, where it strives to have a progressive change in the organization. The second is growth. When we talk about growth over here, it means growth in terms of increase in profit margin, increase customers' efficiency, and many more, which will aid to the organization productivity. Next is work process, where the process are improved by better expertise knowledge from the experts and it has been brought into the right place. The next is product innovation, where we focus on product development so that the customer get 100% satisfaction from the product which has been catered to them. The next is continuous improvement. Yes, we are having organization development in the organization for having continuous improvement. It is an ongoing process where each and every structure is being thoroughly analyzed and then the reinforcement of change is made wherever there is a mechanism of change which has to be implemented for better results. Next is increased communication. In communication system is improved at all levels, that is from vertical communication is also improved and horizontal communication is also improved, so that people have much better ways of communicating with each other and understanding each other better. The next point is employee development, where the organization try to find out various ways and means to develop the employee skills by giving them regular and rigorous training so that they give the best out of their work. The next is product and service enhancement. Earlier point we have spoken about product development. Here we are also adding to service enhancement, where we are trying to give better services to the customer. We are trying to give better services to the customer so that they are satisfied and we get better customers in our kitty and we get better satisfaction level. When we do all these things, definitely our profit margin will go on a high rate. People will start accepting the product, people will have a better acceptance toward the service what we are giving, and that will definitely improve the profit margin of the organization. So these are some of the basic levels, or you can say some of the basic benefits which the organization development give to the organization. Next is organization development. Here we are going to talk about the different levels of organization development. That is, first level is individual and personal level, And the next one is intervention, that is group and team intervention. Now let us understand what is individual or interpersonal level. On individual level, every employee have to be given the right kind of coaching and mentoring so that they understand why there is need for change in the organization and they don't resist to change much. Then the next thing is job redesigning. Make sure that whenever you design a job, it has to be as per the objectives of the organization. So when we are appointing a new employee, make sure that they fit in the criteria where they can help the organization to grow. So they should have the required qualifications and the skills which will help the organization to grow. Like they can contribute in terms of better productivity. Next is career planning. Every individual will look for a career prospect in the organization, so it is very important that we need to show a career path to the employees so that the employees are motivated in the organization. The next is stress management. Obviously, if anyone is working in the organization, they will have a lot of pressure of work, which we call as work stress, but that is not a negative stress, that is a positive stress or stress. So we need to make employee understand that these stress will not harm them, not hamper them. On the other run, it will help them to achieve the career goals what they have. But again, how do they overcome stress? So we need to give them proper kind of mentoring, or maybe we can conduct sessions where the employees get an idea how to overcome with the work stress. The next one is sensitivity training, again where every employees need to be given proper training so that they can upgrade their skills and become much more expertise in their work. And if the employee is a new employee, then he should be given orientation trainings so that he can understand his work better. Coming to team and group intervention, first of all, we have to understand the relevance of a good team, where we are building a good team, effective team, which will definitely help to help to bring a better productivity in the organization. It will help to achieve the organization goal. That is why you need a good leader who can lead the team and get the best out of the team. The next is survey feedback. Again, this is very important area because each and every feedback is important. Whether it is customer feedback, whether it is employee feedback, the feedback has to be taken on a serious note. And wherever we get a negative feedback, we have to work on those areas, and we have to make sure that all those loopholes should be corrected by proper measures. Then the next one is process consultation. Again, when we are talking about improving our process, how do we do it? We need to have consultants, expertise people who can give us better expertise knowledge to improve the process, which will give us a better productivity and growth in the organization. Organization development challenges. Some of the challenges faced by the organization is, first one is diversity at work. The workplace is an increasingly diverse place. There are people of different race, cultural backgrounds, and genders and ages. And that is why the challenge facing managers from an organization behavior point of view is how to manage this diversity in a way that will positively impact the organization. Managers have to move away from treating everyone alike, while at the same time valuing every individual's employee's contribution to the growth of organization so as to maintain its valuable employees. That is why proper HR training has to be given to ensure that it occurs or it is given to all levels of organization, all levels of the organization. Next is ethical behavior. Corporate scandals involving unethical behavior can be made public within a short time. That is why organizations have to have policies that facilitate ethical behavior within the workplace. The challenge for the manager is to promote an ethical organization behavior and culture such that employees will not put their individual interest ahead of organization interest. Personal interest is an aspect of organization behavior, and managers face the task of encouraging group interest over personal interest so as to preserve ethical values. So this is one challenge which normally organization face. Next is globalization response. Through globalization, organizations that were once local have become global. Managers have to manage international personnel with different cultural backgrounds, work ethics, and values. As such, managers have the challenge of understanding the organization behavior of the personnel in the company's organization. The global manager uses this information to improve those subsidiaries in organization behavior to tally with the overall organization culture of the company. The next challenge is technology and innovation. Information technology plays an integral role in workplace communication. Additionally, workplace communication also influences how people and group behave in the organization. Although technology brings with it efficiency in collating and disseminating knowledge, it is also isolate individuals such as the elderly within the organization. That is why the challenge here is finding ways in which technology promotes organization communication and inclusion rather than exclusion and discrimination. Now, what is the impact of OD? What consequences, what results do we get from the organization development? Definitely the results are good. That is customer satisfaction, job satisfaction, commitment, employees involvement, motivation in workplace, role efficacy, better productivity. These are all the results or the consequences which we get by adapting organization development in the organization, and that is why it is very essential to have an organization development in an organization, because it gives the right path in the organization to have a better productivity in the organization. So these are some of the good things which comes along when we adapt good process, good structure and good plans and policies with the help of organization development. That's all for this topic. If any doubt, please let me know. I hope that the concepts are very clear. If you have any doubt, please feel free to contact me at my email ID. My email ID is baishi.panikar@patak.edu.in. Thank you all.